I wrote some things. I wonder where the train has been going down. Looking at the tracks, purple and gold granite rock almost looks like it's worth something. I'm alone again for the first time. High on Maui Dream, the nicotine gum, one half of a Pacifico. I can't help but call her in. Is it out of habit or something better than my worst thought, that I am revealing only the outermost layer of a complicated inner turmoil, my best projection of who I think everyone else wants me to be, with a small rebellion to that, from an even deeper and less accessible place, one warm, respectable, full of humor and integrity and a lot of feeling. The edit on this is going to be daring, and long many hours of more lost time. I am out on an edge and bored to death of my thought and the amount of anxiety and the amount of living. My plan is to zip through life, speed and grace, ambitious, less than zero, staying out of the way, but it doesn't work, and I'm still visible, taking up space in the corner. Even people want to go there, where I thought I was sage burning over the crowd, floating crown of peace and love, smoke and sweat, tumbleweed. These last days for me are especially hard without the smoke. Just the dreams of it go by in the street in the early morning. Just trying to write through this breakage, wreck, or break and not writing. How long has it been? A summer fog in the sky, and the trees love it. I can see the sun way up there above the mist. I can hear the train coming. Stop it. I want to get off. Melt the ice on that early man. Give him a cigarette, for Christ's sake. He's been upside down for many rivers to flow. In a word, be nicer. Think this is the weather I like best. Continue to search for the right poems for this Sunday. The funny ones, the ones that talk about writing, the ones that make you think of love and happiness, the bad ones and the good ones, and the only ones still floating around your desk. You are smoking. Using your great jaws, you are a blood bitch. Poor. Mostly the fall of America. Stars on my face and fingertips on the snowy caps of the Sierra Nevada mountains. I have only a few words for Gene Clark. I loved you. Turning around in circles for a good 6 months. Then I fell off my bike and hit a car with my chest. My hip is sore from running in the pool, chasing the fastest girl I know. Her goggles are next to me. 2 uneaten bananas, a pile of poems and drawings, King Tut's Iron of the Sky, a scorpion and camera. James Schuyler's diary is a lot of description of nature, how cold, how warm, how much rain has fell on how much road we've driven and finally arrived. Let me tell you about Harry. I'm almost done with the second book. I am unafraid to repeat myself here. I am so brave as I look deep into the dark forest. There he is, angry and with a little less hair than the first year. His band is good. There are no laws for a good time, only suggestions from a sponsor. Have someone to mold before the fall. Travel to Texas, see the Menil collection, and stay with Joe, because when the end is near, which is now, you will have done it with egg in your hair. You will have done it with everyone, standing in your kitchen to wait for the minutes to pass before pulling the rest of the way out, only to breathe and watch the green leaves blow. Sage burner, life learner, an ode to me, rod of the gods of the Dolores Street friars and the hood of robbers. I give to the poor what I have, which is very little, always just a crumb or a beer to share on the mission steps. I quit smoking and shrunk into the lamp. Rub me out at midnight. Don't forget the special words. After tomorrow and before yesterday, I spread sand on the floor like a beach to sun on the ocean. To sun on. The ocean is my sink, and I feel better every day except for the constant craving and the sweets I can't eat. The weight of guilt is about 130 pounds, the same as my mother when she's in between my arms and a hug softly patting my back. Pink ribbon tied to pink construction paper. This is a poem I wrote for my friend when she was in Cuba. It's called Cute in Cuba. I've written everything in fear of it being read, trying not to spill it all out in the poem. Shut up in an old dark house. How did I know this would be more than a letter and less than an essay on jazz, which I know very little, only that it's easy to be forgiven when you're good looking and kind of a mess. I did both things on my list, have a beer and a smoke molded out of clay, have a sigh, read a review of Cuba and its music, dancing with women on Saturday. There's no getting a hold of you, hard to imagine myself as you, but I'm always sweating in a damp bed, listening from the room next door. This is called A Man's World. I'm sitting at the table, drafting a questionnaire, asking myself, how high am I on this monster? How sensitive I've become to gender. Bad teeth and honesty, all are fleeting in Joshua Tree, home of the largest freestanding boulder, the $7 Saturday community breakfast, bad trips, feelings, too many smiles and a long list of weaknesses. I'd go back, but I had no problem leaving. The less I tuck it neatly into a happenstance, I do it like friends do, for the good, and put down the hammer. Quality features are that I never respond to insult. Music is just an escape, and we all love getting in the car for a long ride to the hot springs. I have no problem getting naked and can't stop smiling at everyone around me. The sun is best draped across my bare legs. I can't think of anything better. Maybe sex. Maybe sex in the sun with a Q-tip in my ear, a cold beer and a nurse to ice my old hip, my wet brain, my attention deficit. All makes for a talented poet to move so fast nothing catches a hold and nothing is left to narrative tenses. Once I thought it all had built in sense nerves, release button, sleep kill, but they were dreams right under the surface. Thank you.